What is up, everyone? Welcome back. Welcome back to Coffee with Baldman. Nice to do another one of these for you. Been a while. One of those things where I think, hey, I'm going to do one, and then I wind up shooting something else, and I just don't get around to doing these as much as I should. Kind of like to look at it as like the weekly update, the weekly non-reaction / review kind of thing. And I want to certainly start doing these more, especially when I've got stuff I want to cover going on in music that isn't focused specifically on a band or a record. Or if it's focused on a band, it's talking about the band and not necessarily a record or the music or covering a record or specifically their music. But today, one of the big things that I want to talk about is one of my pet peeves on the channel. And that is that lovely comment that a lot of people like to, a style of comment that a lot of people like to leave of still waiting for X record or still waiting for X song, or when are you going to do X band or X song? And a lot of times you'll just go specifically to any video I post to ask about it. And I've got social media. I've got Twitter, I've got Facebook, a couple different Facebook pages for the channel, the business page, the personal page, I've got Instagram. And going to a video, especially if it's a Patreon video, which is something huge for me, just to ask about when you're going to get what you want, I have a problem with that. And I've said it before, but I do have an issue with that. It's annoying, but when it happens on Patreon videos, it's disrespectful. Because with Patreon video, specifically, that's somebody who has generously, out of the goodness of their heart, decided to support the channel, to support me monetarily. And I'm doing that for them as a thank you, as providing a service for the fact that they are supporting me monetarily. And Patreon is the only way that I make any kind of money off what I do here on the channel. So with over 800 videos that I've done that are live between BitChute and YouTube, and over 900 videos that I've shot, the only way I see any kind of money is via Patreon. So when you go there and you leave comments, keep in mind that's a video that I'm specifically doing for somebody, like the Uruha playlist, like the Japanese thrash playlist that I put up yesterday at the time of shooting this. That's something that somebody requested and has put a lot of work into. The band's put a lot of work into it. I mean, every track that I cover, an artist or band has put blood, sweat, and tears into to make that, to put that piece of art together. And then on top of it, I get to go put my stamp on what they've done, talk about it, and put a bunch of additional time and effort into what they've already done, providing my commentary and my analysis, and put another couple of hours worth of work, depending on how long the playlist is. So the person who requested that, they don't want to read comments of, when are you going to do the new Coheed record? When is the next Duran Gray? When am I going to get more Gazette? It's not nice or respectful to them. And I've asked you guys not to do that before, and I really don't want to see that happen. Typically, I just delete them because I just don't think it's right or fair. I get that you want what you're after, but at the same time, it's not reciprocating. I can put up a Coheed video and I'll get several thousand views, especially when I do a record, which is awesome. At the same time, I put up videos promoting lesser known bands and they might get 150 views. So if you're only doing it to see what you want, that's not really fair to the other artists that I'm covering. and it's not fair to me. And it's not fair to the fans of those other bands that want to see their stuff as well. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, I do not make money off reactions. You can't monetize it. I would never monetize it. It's not. So I don't make anything off that. It's because I love doing this. I love covering music, and I love exploring new things myself. And I've been really open-minded for the past 20 plus months. I wasn't a Japanese music fan when I started the channel. I've heard a few, like Loudness, liked some X Japan. I haven't heard a ton of it. But there were a couple of Japanese bands that I liked, but I certainly was no way the fan of J-Rock and metal and VK that I am today. It's also not a Coheed fan at all. Or a Deer Hunter fan. Deer Hunter wouldn't even have even been something I would have listened to. So Liebach, a great one that's been Patreon requests. Muck. There's a lot of stuff that my eyes have been open, and you guys want me to be open-minded, but at the same time, it's not reciprocating. So, do me a big favor. Don't go to other videos just to ask me what I'm going to do the thing that you want, and not watch the video. And believe me, I check the statistics. I know what the watch times are. I check them every week. So I know what's being done. I know you're going in there, you're typing your comment, and you're leaving. You're not watching the video most of the time. Some of you do, but most don't. Most go in there to ask when they're going to get what they want. So just be mindful of that. Be respectful, not disrespectful. And know that I love you guys, and I appreciate it, and I really do. And believe me, it's not getting to that content is not because I don't want to. I've had a copy of Unheavenly Creatures, for example. I've had a copy of Unheavenly Creatures since it came out, since right after it came out. It was given to me graciously by a subscriber, and I think I was offered several copies. And it is very difficult to have it sit there on iTunes and not be able to listen to it. I had to pull it off my phone. I had to hide it in Spotify so I don't listen to it without doing it on the channel, because so many of you are after it. And I do want to get to it. And I'm fortunate that it's taken as long as it has. And at the same time, I haven't been able to get the stuff that I want. I've owned a copy of the new Soilwork record since January. And because I went out and bought a copy because I love Soilwork. And I just haven't been able to listen to it. I also have a couple of records from lesser known bands that I really want to get to. I want to get to Godblad from Portugal. I want to get to We Defy by Exlibris because I really believe in that record and I really believe in that band. And I've only been able to listen to We Defy, the lead off track. But that is going to get rectified. And it's going to get rectified in a fun way in a not too distant future. I'll talk about that here in a couple of minutes. I'm not going to talk about that now. I like doing contests here on the channel. Did one for Destroyers of All, another Portuguese band, because I think they're amazing. And I love them, love the guys, love the members of that band. Very proudly rocking the Grimlet shirt today. And the drummer Felipe is also a member of Grimlet, which is another progressive death metal band from Portugal. And I did a giveaway for playlists for Destroyers of All a couple months ago. And in July, because my birthday's in July, and what better birthday present to myself than to do a giveaway for you guys, and give away some records, give away some music. I'm going to do a playlist contest for Exlibris and the We Defy record, because I think they're amazing. And I think that record is going to be really strong. So we're going to listen to it. We're going to give some copies away. So that way I can finally listen to it on my own and not have to stop after the very first track on the record. And the judging is going to be with the band themselves, which is going to be awesome. Miguel Martins and Miguel Ingles, one of the guitar players and the vocalist, are going to pitch in with that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I look forward to promoting that record a bit because I really do believe in them. And they're great people. And I think they deserve the promotion. So details of that will come. I'm really looking forward to it. Keep an eye out for that. Got a chance to finally get all of the merch out for the Stories of All contest. All the winners got their stuff. I know Robert's hard copies finally arrived. I wound up giving another digital copy away to Santiago, who's in a different country. And I know Rob got his as well. So awesome. Massive thank you to those guys for doing that. If you guys don't know at this point, I'm a massive believer, supporter in the Portuguese scene. I'm very fortunate here. It's kind of an interesting position where I'm part critic and part promoter as well. You know, where I'm able to do both and be as non-biased as I can, because let's be honest, nothing is completely unbiased. And at this point, with as much as I get contacted and as much stuff as people want, I've got to be selective. I know at this point I'm not going to get to everything. It's just impossible. So it's taking care of all the Patreon requests, getting all those done. Which I'm so sorry I was backlogged on that. Really apologize to all you Patreons out there. You guys have been amazing and very patient with me. And I will certainly do my best to reward you guys at some point as soon as I can. Taking care of the bands that are requesting stuff and getting to all you guys' requests as well. It's a balancing act. It's one that I was a little bad at for a couple of months. Between getting sick, having some ear issues that were putting me down, and starting a diet and exercise and intense workout regimen to get in better physical condition and to train for a really difficult race next year. I've been a little drained the past couple of months. It's taken me over 3 months to really start getting to that point where I can go to the gym 5 to 6 days a week and work out at the place I work out. I work out at a place called Orange Theory Fitness. They're all over the US. They're an absolutely fantastic program, and they do group-based high-intensity interval training. And man, those classes are intense. They're some of the most intense workouts I've done since the military. Probably certainly the most intense workouts I've done since the military. I like it better than CrossFit. As somebody with knee issues, I can't do CrossFit. So it's fantastic. It's worth what I pay for it. And I get a different class every day. I'm never doing the same thing. So and the results are there. They've been fantastic. But I had to shift things around. My schedules had to change. When I shoot videos, has had to change because I get done and I'm wiped. I want to take out the dogs and drink my protein shake, wait a little bit, possibly try to do something, and then go to bed. Because, yeah, and I'm getting to be an old man too, so there is that. But it took a little bit to get back into the swing of things and catch up on all that I've missed. You know, I'm a person, I like to get 30 to 40 plus videos done a month. I don't think I'm ever getting back to doing 6 videos a day. That was too much. I was burning myself out, and I wasn't enjoying it anymore as much as I wanted to get the content done. It was a lot of work. And that's the other thing. Doing long videos here on the channel, what you see is just part of it. You know, you would shoot in the video. If I do, say, Unheavenly Creatures, it's a 70 plus minute record. So lead in is going to be about 3 minutes. We're going to do 70 plus minutes, we're into the 70 plus minutes of the record, then I'm probably going to talk for 10 afterwards and wind everything down and say goodbye. Say my goodbyes, and that's going to come up to about 90 minutes. Then it's going to take me 10 to 15 in the edit, depending on what I do. Then once I've done with the edit, then I've got to convert it. So it's going to get converted into 1080p for YouTube. And then once that conversion process has happened, it's got to be uploaded. And if it's 90 minutes to start, it's going to take about that long to convert. It's going to take about an hour to an hour and a half to upload and process. And then and I need to start getting back to it, I go into the record and break down the track times and give you the list down there so you can just jump from track to track to track instead of having to figure out where you were if you only want to listen to a couple of tracks at a time. And not because, be honest, long videos can be tough to do. And a lot of the times the way I do videos, I fully expect you, like I would, to just listen to it. Just to listen to it like a podcast or something. I want to be able to give you that option to get there. So all said and done, for a 90-minute video, the process is probably 6+ hours. But at the same time, I love doing full records. I really, really love it. And I was talking to my best friend, my heterosexual life mate, if you will. And it's kind of where that came from is my buddy and I, for over a decade, the idea, a new record that we love would come out. We'd go jump in the car late at night where the roads are clear, especially at the time in Northern Virginia, which in the DC area, traffic can be brutal. But if you're doing it at night, you just want to go drive out somewhere to get a late meal or something. It's a perfect time to go listen to a record. Toss on a brand new record, listen to the record, and do what I do. Pick out those points that catch your ear and talk about them and break it down and do the analytical thing. And honestly, that's where that style of doing a long record came from, was hanging out with my best friend and talking back and forth. Only instead it's a one-way conversation. It's me talking to you guys and putting it on film, or putting it or digital at this point, but you know what I mean. And I love doing that. It's one of my favorite things. It's how I love listening to a record. I love being able to listen, to take it at a whole, the way that the artist or the band intended. I just think it's an amazing experience, and I love being able to share that with you guys. And, you know, the other thing is sometimes I just don't feel like sitting down for an hour and a half. Or sometimes I just don't have it. So I'll shoot shorter videos. I'll shoot a track here and there. And I got to be better about not letting a week or two go by going, oh man, and suddenly go, oh, it's been 2 weeks. I should have done that last week or the week before. And unfortunately that kind of happened with Coheed. But certainly going to get to that one. Certainly going to get to more. I cannot wait to get to them. It's been a labor of love. Same with the Deer Hunter stuff. Lately, the new one that just did, Dirt Poor Robins. Oh, that first record was so great. That was a Patreon request, as was Deer Hunter Act 2. Man, phenomenal records. And you know, I'm so fortunate that people have put the time and the effort into translations like Mad does with J Thrash playlist, with all of the Muck stuff. The fact that guy translates out all that stuff on his own and types up these really in-depth write-ups is just amazing. And I'm so beyond fortunate to have that happen. Matt has done a killer job with his story guides for Deer Hunter 1 and 2. I don't have the third one yet, and I'm not going to rush him to get it done, because that's a labor of love that he's doing just because he wants to share Deer Hunter with the world. And I'm not going to rush that process at all. Film Odyssey, what he does with the live ox stuff and his playlist, that dude puts so much time and effort into it. Yao Mei, hopefully you will come back soon, my friend. I miss you. I miss all the work that he puts into stuff. My goodness. I've been spoiled for people to translate Japanese for me. I really have. Very, very fortunate there. But so many people put so much work into these longer videos that they allow me to do. And I wouldn't be able to put out the content that I do without people. And I want to talk about something that happened about a month ago. A little over a month ago now. Early May. I want to say it was May 5th in Porto, Portugal. The band Racines, love those guys. Phenomenal band. Their latest record, The Awakening, is incredible. Very, very killer record. They, alongside Exlibris and two other bands whose names escape me. Gentlemen, I am so sorry. I don't remember who you were at the moment. So my apologies. If you're out there, please go ahead and put your band names in the comments below. They did a show at Metal Point in Porto, Portugal. And they did a food drive to give away dog and cat food and other required items to local animal shelters in that area. They managed to raise an incredible amount of food and toys and cat litter and other required stuff. I want to say it was over 900 kilograms, over 2,000 plus pounds worth of food and essentials to give away. I know Miguel from Racines and the owner of Metal Point were really instrumental in putting that together. And I think it's incredible. I've wanted to talk about that for a couple of months now, so I'm going to take a little bit of time to do that here, because I think it's just amazing. If you follow me on Instagram or even on Facebook, sometimes you're probably hoping for more music-related content, and instead you're treated to pictures of my dogs. Or if you've watched a couple of videos, watch the Japanese Thrash playlist where my boy Sam makes a couple of appearances wanting his attention. I love animals. I love dogs. I have two rescues, Sam and Luna. And I'm so amazed and so thankful that the bands did what they did, because it allows more people, it extends the lives of those animals, and it allows them to save more animals and to be able to keep them going so people like us can find that companion we didn't know we needed and bring them into our lives. I know my life is certainly so much better with my two co-editors who are hanging out not too far from me here. And it's just a massive thing. I'm so thankful that they did that, and I wanted to congratulate them for it. Also, I'm going to do another video. I'm going to do a video on them soon. I've been meaning to do it for about a month. Kind of a common theme right now, right? All plans never survive first contact with the enemy. The Milargay Metalero Cultural Association does a free metal fest every year. It's coming up in August. And I'm going to promote that a little bit, put some videos up, because those guys are amazing. It's a free festival. They book some quality bands from Europe and from from other parts of Europe, as well as Portugal. And this is the last year in their current location, but from what I understand from the festival organizers, they are going to continue to do that. So you feel like going to a free metal fest, I'll put some stuff up about that, hopefully within a couple of days to a week. And those guys certainly deserve the attention. They're busting their butts to help promote bands and put together killer festivals for you guys every year and for people in that region. So there's the Fernando Moon situation that happened in Portugal. I'm going to do another video on that. I'm not really going to address it here because I could go on for a while. But I will say this, contrary to Fernando and what he has said, there is an amazing metal scene and rock scene in Portugal. I've been promoting it since January of 2018. I will continue to do so. I love that scene. I love those people. And contrary to what he has to say, the underground scene there does not suck. It's fantastic. And there are a bunch of amazing bands that are absolutely positively worth your time. And also on that high note, I did the latest record from Exlibris and Chapter 2, based on Anastasia Romanova. One of the hardest hitting symphonic metal EPs I have heard in a long time. The first one, based on Anne Boleyn, was good. This one on Anastasia Romanova is a different animal, ladies and gentlemen. It is so emotionally powerful. It's a killer mix if you listen to it on quality sound equipment. In my case, a great pair of studio headphones or studio monitors. In other people's cases, get a solid stereo system. You're not going to get good quality on your phones. I'm just saying, it's not going to be there. But if you like big operatic vocals and fantastic storytelling and a vocalist that really does a phenomenal job of getting into character with a really strong mix and parts that will get you damn near into tears, then you need to go check it out. You're missing out. Also, the Dirt Poor Robins record, if you're a Deer Hunter fan, they're really worth going down that rabbit hole. I did one record. I'm certainly going to do more. They were amazing. Recently did a Patreon playlist for Liveox Spectre, and Phil did a great job of taking live tracks and not just giving me the record. Oh, there's some killer work there. Overall, lately I've been really happy with the Patreon content and the other stuff that I've been able to put out. Some of it's done well, performed well. Others haven't. Either way, I've certainly enjoyed doing it, and I've certainly enjoyed doing this stuff for you guys. I love you. I really do. This is something I'm so fortunate to do, and to continue to do as long as I have, with the volume that I've been able to do it with. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for being here for as little or as long as you have been. I appreciate you. I love seeing you guys. I love taking care of you. And your support truly does mean the world to me. I want to thank my law enforcement, military veterans, and first responders. What you guys do every single day, I love you. I certainly do. As always, you guys have been awesome. I have been Baldman. I'll see you in the next one. Be excellent to each other and keep headbanging.